President of National Youth Council of Nigeria (NYCN), Comrade Solomon Adodo, has challenged federal government and security agencies to go after bandits and criminals in the country. Speaking during the inauguration of the Presidential Advisory Council of NYCN and members of the task team for the NYCN's Leadership, Economic and Security Summit, Adodo stated that there should be line drawn between those that are terrorists and Nigerians. Also noted that bandits should not hold down Nigerians and Nigerian military should root out all the terrorists in the country.
We have seen what the Boko Haram elements have been doing in the Northeast. Of course, we commend the Nigerian military. We've lost several of them, and these military men and women are significantly young people, youths. We grieve with the widows they've left behind, and those that have become widowers also. We grieve with them. Their pain is unquantifiable. We want to restate that there should be a fine line drawn and clearly drawn between those who have labeled themselves as enemies of the state and terrorists. There should be no room for saying we are pleading with bandits or pleading with terrorists or allowing bandits or terrorists hold the nation by the jugular. By any way and any means that the Nigerian military can contrive, these elements should be rooted out and dealt with in whatever name they come. We saw how banditry started. First, it was in Zamfara State, and excuses were given. We also saw negotiations with bandits. And in most instances, we saw them smiling gleefully with top government officials. And it was hoped that after this, a truce will be reached, and then maybe the bandits will tow a different path. But can the leopard change its spots? The clear answer is no. The spot will always remain, even if it baits in the River Jordan or the Pacific Ocean. So, when we give room for consistent negotiation with bandits, terrorists, criminals, kidnappers, it is not a sufficient deterrent measure. We must come against them with our full military might. And this is what we mean. We also know that there are sponsors of these groups. How do these arms, weapons, go around the country? It is a duty of our intelligence agencies to rise up and identify the sponsors of this anarchy. Most of them are carrying this out for political purposes. Most of them for economic purposes. Most of them just out of sheer wickedness because they want to oppress the nation. We want to state clearly that the Nigerian state is stronger than any one individual. That is for that. Also, on the issue of engaging the Nigerian youths, which our advisory board member will also touch on, the Leadership, Economic and Security Summit or conference is going to be a springboard that will bring together all Nigerian youth from all walks of life. The 37 state chapter chairmen, that's including the FCT. We have a conference of state chairmen led by a chairman of the Chairman's Forum, will be in charge of mobilizing the Youth Council. And also, the head of the task team will be in charge of engaging with young men and women who have brilliant ideas. We have repeated it time and again that Nigerian youths are not lazy. Nigerian youths are not bereft of ideas. So what we want to do now at this point is to bring the potentials of these youths and see how we can translate these potentials to productivity. The essence of this conference is to halt the emerging tide of violence and anarchy, of national division. There can be no economic growth where there is violence, where there is trouble. We know the Southeast used to be a place of strong enterprise before now. But today, activities are crippled in the Southeast because of the activities of unknown gunmen. The Northwest and the Northeast has virtually become a desert situation. Our tourist potentials there are wasting away. This is millions of dollars rotting away, wasting away. Gashaka Gumti Park is there, the Mambila Plateaus are there, the Yankara Games Reserve is there, the dunes in Yobe State. Who wants to go there? But we are going to Dubai every day. We are going to all over the world. But people cannot come in because of the insecurity. So we are telling our youth, if we want to move Nigeria forward, if we want to be meaningfully engaged, we know we are in a bad state or a bad situation. We have found ourselves here. But should we continue to cry and slide downwards? Should we continue to remain helpless and say because of where we are, we should pull down the nation? This is a call to Nigerian youth to unite as one, first of all, for the security of our country. When we are united, we can begin to think, what are the comparative advantages of our region? What can the South produce that the North needs? And then we begin to produce most of what we import from our country. We will create jobs for ourselves, we will grow our economy, and Nigeria has the hope of taking our pride of place in the front lines in the Committee of Nations.
It is no longer news that our country is almost at war with itself. It is also no longer news that our youths are dying every day. It is also no longer news that every crime that happens in the country today is attributed to our generation. And so there is no other better time to stand up together than now. They have done it before, they succeeded, we will do it again, I'm sure we are going to succeed. I'd like to assure you that going forward, in each of our states, we will try to replicate this kind gesture to see how we can also accommodate from the ward level to the local government level to be able to drive home this message of one Nigeria, to be able to drive home this message of a Nigerian from the north, south, west, or east will see each and every one of us as one Nigeria. There is nothing like it is from the north or south. What we believe in, we believe that I am a Nigerian. And so because I'm a Nigerian, I am duty-bound to protect Nigeria.
To advise the president on policies as well as interventions, coming from Nigerian youth. As Lenin once observed, he said the youths are the trustees of posterity. And for a country like Nigeria that is categorized as a very youthful population, therefore means you cannot build this country without building the youth. Franz Fanon also said that every generation out of his relative obscurity must discover its mission to either fulfill or to betray it. Nigeria is at a crossroad, and today, whatever way things go in Nigeria, the youth are going to be probably one of the most affected segments of the Nigerian population. And therefore means that as youth who cannot afford to fold our hands, allow things to go to the gutters. The history of Nigeria cannot be separated from the history of Nigerian youths. It was the Nigerian youths organized under various platforms, before independence, that led the charge for they were the lifeline of the nationalist movement. They were the ones who led the way in demanding for self-rule for the country we call Nigeria. And even at independence, they continued to insist that Nigeria must serve the interests of the ordinary Nigerian people, that it must be a country that is equitable to all, a country that is motto, which is justice. Justice cannot just be something we are going to mount, but that it should be reflected in the actions as well as the policies of those who have put in government. At this critical point in the history of our nation, I think the youths have to play a very important role in pulling us back from the brink. And to do this, we must be dispassionate. We must be able to speak truth to power. And if there's any truth we need to tell power now, is that those who have given the mandate to rule our nation must be statesmen and they must stop being factional leaders. You cannot be a president of Nigeria and be seen to be making a statement that portrays you as being supportive of one tribe, one religion, or one group. It's time for our leaders to become nationalists and pull us back from the brink. We need to give everybody a sense of belonging.
I'm Bemiga Olamikon reporting for GTV Africa.